Is she here? That's the question.
Try the last one.
Ah, got her. You got her? Yeah.
Okay, where is she?
Oh my goodness, this is brilliant news.
Hip hip, hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip. Hello and welcome to a very sunny day not too far from the beach. So I recently moved my beehive to the seaside and the girls seem to be absolutely thriving. Thankfully, the weather is finally warm enough for me to open up the hive, check on the queen bee and make sure that her and all of the workers are a-okay and that everything is going as it should be inside the hive. However, in light of the upcoming coronation of King Charles III, I came to realise that I never gave my queen bee her own coronation. How rude of me. What a bad bee mum. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I tried to hold an official queen bee coronation? Now, I have absolutely no idea what a queen bee coronation should look like yet. So first things first, what is a coronation? Welcome to the new honey workshop. What do you think? Okay, what is a coronation? The coronation is the formal official ceremony in which the sovereign, that's the king or the queen, physically has a crown placed on their head. So for the coronation of King Charles III, it's actually a whole weekend of events, and it all starts with a procession in which the king will make his way to Westminster Abbey, and then inside the abbey there will be a service, and then after that there'll be a bunch of celebrations. Now, it's my intention to replicate as much of this as possible, so I guess we should start with a procession. Now, I don't have a horse or a carriage because apparently that's how King Charles will be arriving. However, my mum has assured me that there's something in the garage loft that might work. So let's go and take a look. According to my mum, up in the garage, apparently there is a little carriage that my nephew and nieces used to play with. So I just need to get up into the loft and you're coming with me. Hang on. Oh, no. Ah! There we go. Light. Hey, we're going to see what we can find up there. Okay, so I'm looking for a horse and carriage. What have I got? That is going to be far too big, so I don't think she meant that. So I need something small enough for a bee. Ooh, here we go. Doll's house. This is creepy. This is creepy, right? Oh my gosh, hang on. So, have we got anything in here? What is that? Okay, I've got my phone torch, so let's see what's inside this little creepy bag of bits. Maybe the most terrifying doll of all time. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, right. Is it a royal carriage? No. Will it have to do? Probably. So if we remove Father Christmas, there we go. That'll do as a little carriage for our procession for the bees, won't it? What do you think? We just need some reindeer or something. There we go. Nice. Okay, well that's decided then. Our queen bee coronation is going to start with a procession, not with a horse and carriage, but in fact with a sleigh and a reindeer. But it'll do, it'll do. You might have noticed something fairly significant missing from our royal procession, and that was the queen bee herself, but there is very good reason for that. The queen bee actually never leaves the hive. Well, that's not technically true. When a new queen is raised by the colony, that's the worker bees, she has to leave at the beginning of her reign as many times as it takes her to find a group of drones, that's male bees, and mate with them. Once she has been mated, she can return to the hive and she has everything she needs for the rest of her life to keep laying eggs till the end of her days. And she really is an egg-laying machine. In fact, in the height of the summer, she can lay as many as 2,000 eggs a day. And the worker bees, her ladies-in-waiting, will make sure she has everything she needs. So that is why she was missing from the procession. But I like to think that there were some worker bees that took interest, right? Yeah, sure. Anyway, that's the procession part over. We can now move on to the service that will happen inside the beehive, which for today we are going to call our Abbey. Like Westminster Abbey, but an Abbey. Whee! So I went on social media and I asked you, what do you think I should call the queen bee, and so many of you came back with, drumroll please, Her Royal Highness Queen Beatrice the First. And honestly, that name actually came up quite a few times. So with that in mind, I'm going to hand you over to the formal part of the service, which will be held by past beekeeper Maddie and her mum. Enjoy! We have now reached the service part of the ceremony, and obviously for this the service to happen, we need the queen bee herself, Her Royal Highness Queen Beatrice. So the first thing we will be doing is going into the hive and seeing if we can locate her. Here we go.
Wow, this is all ready to go. Maddie, this is all capped.
Wow! We have got a whole bunch of honey that we can already take, which is so exciting. Sorry, ladies. Okay, so she has to be in here somewhere. Now, I don't know about you, Mum, but my bet is that she's going to be around about there.
Definitely right.
I think so. But we might as well look at them anyway.
I think we should, because we want to check, see if there's any eggs, larvae.
Let's see what we got here. My guess is this is going to be old honey stores, if anything. Whee! Look at that. Ooh, a lot of honey there, Mum. Wow.
Is that heavy?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's perfect.
That's
amazing.
great,
There's
honey stores.
plenty for them to eat without having to go upstairs.
Ah, brood. There we go,
We've got
Mum.
brood.
Baby bees.
Brood, perfect.
Nice, that's exactly what we want. So this means that our queen bee, on the day of her coronation, is absolutely doing her job right. No queen that I can see, but it's looking healthy. And look at all of those baby larvae, can you see them?
Oh, there's lots of little larvae.
Yeah, so much. It's now crunch time. We are within 3 frames of the queen bee, which means I should probably tell you a little bit about what's going to happen inside the abbey. First of all, there is a recognition, which is where the congregation will recognise the future monarch, that is Her Royal Highness Queen Beatrice. And then there is an oath, where the queen bee will have to say an oath to declare that she will be a good queen bee and nothing but a good queen bee. And finally, we're going to hand her 3 items. Stop right there. What are these 3 special items? First things first, the king and my queen will be given the royal orb. But I figured, I need an orb, but for a bee. So we're going to do a little bit of arts and crafts. I did some digging around and I found these. I think these were left over from some Christmas flower arranging, but I don't know about you. I thought that this will be pretty perfect for a royal orb for a queen bee. So I'm just going to decorate it with some of these little gemstones, and I've also got some golden string. So I figured maybe if I tie a little bow in it, I might be able to sort of mimic the little cross that goes on top of the royal orb. Might work. The next item is the scepter, the sovereign's scepter, which is basically a golden rod. So I thought for our royal scepter, we could use a honey dipper. You might have seen them before. They're sort of little wooden rods and then you twiddle them around in honey to stop the honey dripping everywhere. Well, I figured if we paint one with some gold paint, that'd make a pretty good sovereign scepter for a queen bee, right? Yeah. And then finally, of course, we need the crown. And for this, I went to a stationery shop and I found, actually, let me move you in closer. Here you go. King Charles III Coronation 2023 golden pen. But once upon a time, this had something on top of it. A tiny, tiny little crown. How adorable. And I simply yanked it off and then I stuck it on this little green stick. And my idea is that I'll now be able to hold this close to my queen bee's head. Not on it, of course, but just close to it. And that is how we are going to perform the coronation. Do you think it will work? We'll soon find out. Is she here? That's the question.
Try the last one.
Ah, got her. You got her? Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Where is she?
Oh my gosh, there she is. You can see her. Yes. Oh my goodness, this is brilliant news. So, Mum, the first part of our ceremony, now we have found the Queen, is that we have to recognise her. Now, if this was the coronation of King Charles, we would say, God save the King, but we're not going to say that. Instead, we are going to say, what should we say? Blessed?
Blessed be the Queen.
Blessed be the Queen Bee. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Blessed be the Queen Bee. But now we've done that, it is time for the oath. So for the oath, I will hand you over to Her Royal Highness Queen Beatrice herself.
I, Her Royal Highness Queen Beatrice I, promise to be a good queen and grow the colony so they can pollinate the flowers and continue to make delicious honey.
Well done, Queen Beatrice. God save the bee, Queen Bee.
First, we would like to offer you the, where is she? Where are you, Queenie? Oh, there we are. First, we would like to offer you the sceptre, aka the golden honey dipper. Thank you so much. May we also offer you the golden berry orb. This is the orb that stands for morality and power. I'm making that up. And finally, it is time for the golden crown. All hail Her Royal Highness, Queen Beatrice I. Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
There she is, Her Royal Highness. Well, that's the service over. That means it's time to celebrate. And I figure we should hold a good old-fashioned tea party. But of course, I want the worker bees who are eventually going to feed the queen bee to be able to attend the tea party. So I am going to be serving a buffet of wildflowers and a tea cocktail which will be made of 50% water and 50% sugar, which is perfectly okay for the worker bees to slurp up and help toast Her Royal Highness. But I do want to serve it in style. Look how cute! Oh my goodness, I'm going to take the tiny teapot, fill it with my water sugar 50-50 mix, and I'm going to use that to pour it into the little teacups, and I'm going to serve it on the little saucers, and I'll place these at the entrance of the hive, and I'm hoping that the worker bees might come along for a little bit of a taste. So with that in mind, tea is served. Well, that is it for my queen bee coronation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you're new here, hello, why not subscribe? I make lots of videos about beekeeping, but also adventures where I go in search of answers to curious questions all around the world. If you're back, hi, thanks for coming back. But in the meantime, stay curious and I'm sure I'll see you soon. Goodbye.